Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody, this is Danny Pooty.
Joel McHale.
Oh, Dan Harmon.
Oh, Chris McKenna.
Oh, Andy Bobrow. Wow.
I'm Kettle Vodka.
And I am well represented.
Will there be a syllabus? Will there be a syllabus?
All right, so this is the show that
Everyone wants.
everyone wanted.
We didn't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Ski cap.
Kind of felt like we hit all the salient points. We get it. He's a teacher.
That guy's hair is amazing.
Yes,
That guy's hair is great.
Awesome. And I'm really bummed we didn't bring that guy back. I wish we had worked
He's
him
funny.
in.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point where we were so over budget, we weren't allowed to have really a lot of our favorite.
And his hair
Extras.
was very expensive.
How much was it?
That hair was, there's a whole rig. The hair is actually paid as a separate actor.
Oh.
Leered at me.
Hey, look, it's the star head of the ass.
Shut up, Leonard. Nice earring.
Love
I
that
like
dude.
Leonard's little like pose there against that girl. Just
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old is he now? He'll be 90 if we come back, right?
Oh, my
91?
God.
Yeah, he shares a birthday with gunpowder. So look it up.
yes,
Introduction.
There he is.
Jonathan Banks.
Johnny B.
Stacked to the rafters with fetal
Jonathan Banks. First day on the set, I should tell the anecdote that
teaching.
Yeah.
first time I gave him an adjustment on a line. I walked him and I said, I'm so sorry. I don't want to make a habit of this or whatever. He said, just give me the line reading. And I told him how I wanted him to say it. And he said, that's exactly how I said it. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't, there was a word that needed to be emphasized more or whatever. And then he said the famous Jonathan Banks line, which is, all
Fuck
right,
you.
I'll do it your way. But if you come on the set again, I'll punch you right in the heart. And then we gave them that line to him in a later episode.
Hard puncher Banks.
He yelled at a number of writers.
I have resolved. I've come to terms with the fact that if you want a talented baby boomer male actor, you just
Pay a price.
Yeah, it just comes out of the box, no instruction manual.
Name another. I'll just throw a name out. Tommy Lee Jones. He's great.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, John Larroquette, like whoever we would ever decide to put in that Pierce chair. If you know
They'd
their
be punching
name,
me in the heart.
if they've been running around long enough for you to know their name, and they're part of the most entitled narcissistic generation in American history, there's a good chance there's going to be some, you're going to have to adjust.
Hey, do you know that they invented peace?
They invented the
They invented
moon.
the Beatles?
They put the Beatles into the cheese. And the,
Oh yeah, what is it? Fake butter.
And AIDS.
I'm in. Cage class. Sounds fun.
Jeff, you don't have time to take a blow-off class. You need to figure out what you're going to teach your students.
Thanks, Annie, for one.
I'm grateful to the baby boomer generation because it propelled me to the moon of having to not give a shit about anything. And that's been more valuable than anything we've ever found on the moon is apathy. I walked on apathy. Oh, this is fucking amazing.
And then we got to do this in a winner. We got to do it in a
Yes.
winner. There's got to be a take where.
Yeah.
Thank God.
This was a lot of,
And Joel.
McKenna was very wisely let's reset
Let's not
Pelton.
put him in dresses.
Yeah,
anymore.
let's un-Jamie Farr him in MASH. Like it's not that it's bad that he wears dresses or costumes or anything. What's bad is that we've lost our way. We don't know what continent we're on. We don't know what is north in the compass. So the character has so much to offer in terms of his ambition and stuff. It's like that's what made us get regrounded and go.
Absolutely. Because originally it was like he was running around in an Apple costume the entire script, right? And I was
so.
like,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
can we please take him out of this? And then it was like, oh, it's so much funnier that he's obsessed with Excel.
Yeah.
and then it led to,
Yeah, it was stuff like that. That was like the Lego monologue with Michael Williams. When you start to sense that you may be getting too silly, and so you go you turn yourself inside out and go well, what if the guy just is obsessed with Legos?
This was us originally wanting to bring back. I'm absolutely blanking.
Kevin
Great
Corrigan?
Kevin Corrigan.
No.
Yeah, now I'm blanking. God damn it.
Stephen Tobolowsky.
Yes.
Oh,
Right,
gotcha. Yeah,
of
yeah.
course, yeah.
And
From
we
Who's
couldn't
the
get
Boss
him.
episode.
We couldn't get him.
Oh.
And then which was a bummer. And then we're like, I think it made us just sort of like right up to the situation of that story going, oh, you know what? We've already done that. So it doesn't feel like just like a sequel. Let's bring back Corrigan and let's have it be.
Oh man.
How much did that cost you? Out of
flying
pocket.
him in? You know what? We drafted off of another show that had him in town that week.
Oh.
You did? Oh.
Yeah. Because originally, when we originally cast him, let's just come on, let's go back to like being bitter.
Yeah.
We were asked, we want Kevin Corrigan, and they were saying, oh, do you have a reel? And like, so we sent him to Departed.
Oh my
The
God.
Departed.
The Departed.
There you go.
Who asked for the reel?
Casting.
People with the money.
Gosh, that gives me so little
The
hope for my
network.
future. It really does. But Kevin Corrigan was incredible
So great. It was so
in the
great to bring him
classroom.
back. And he
watching
loves-
him not react to any of the the antics
I
was
love
incredible. It was
that
the
guy.
best.
He's
Professor Professorson,
his
Sean
energy
Garrity.
is just so unique
cadence,
to
it's
anybody
really
I've ever
great.
seen on screen.
No, Danny and he really play off each other really well.
Here's all you need to know. Break into groups, rate each other's
I love the
So this is
idea of
definitely
this
the
teacher's
reinvention.
lounge.
Yeah.
And
This
from
is
the very beginning, we decided that the teachers' lounge needed to be better. It needed to be a place of respite for Jeff Winger. And it was fun just describing in the script, saying like, look, the idea of this is that anything that was good on campus, the teachers stole it and put it in their lounge.
Right.
So it's just slightly better furniture.
Right. Well, we had to really like ride that line because you didn't want to do the obvious joke of the Saturday Night live sketch where you go into the women's room
Yeah.
Right.
and they have ionic pillars and it had to be still Greendale, but still had to be, oh shit, this is a place I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And it was Barbara, actually, I think you cemented it by saying, oh, the dean's not allowed in there.
Oh, right,
That's
right,
the
right.
big, that's the big
Yeah,
deal.
yeah.
Union rules.
It was so, I would say, like, coming back was one of those things that was so refreshing to have a new set where you go, oh, and they're drinking booze and like they're sort of
Yeah.
hanging out, and it was like the real
Cheers
bar,
bar.
that was away from the bar of the study room table.
For this,
And
I
then,
just
of course,
remember.
we never used it.
No, we want to hear Barbara instead of Pootie. Let's keep on hearing.
Oh, go ahead, Daniel.
I was gonna say, Chris McKenna sent me before I knew what this episode was about. You sent me a 9-minute reel of Nicolas Cage freaking out on YouTube, and just said, "Watch this before the table."
Yeah.
So I just watched 9 minutes of which got me very excited and terrified.
And supposedly Yvette keeps threatening this some recording she has of me
Oh, she does.
in a session with you.
So before we got in the classroom, you remember when you came down and we were talking about, and Dan Harmon, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he has an amazing Nicolas Cage impersonation, and we were kind of talking about what we're gonna go through there with me, you, and Jay Chandrasekhar, and I think Yvette was just all of a sudden I see her peeking around like a flap with her video camera taping the whole thing. So I haven't seen it, but I bet she does have it somewhere.
Yeah.
That's my first big thing I was really nervous about because it was such a weird, I don't know. It was like, what are we doing?
I
Like,
was so
there's such a
scared
fine
about
line
this.
between what we're doing
Yeah.
and, like, I don't know.
Well, because we'd also gone up that hill, season 3, where it
Yeah,
was like
we tried
Matt
to break this
Murray
episode.
and you and me and a few other people. We just sat in a room for a week trying to break. Oh, the group is taking this, or somehow is forced to watch
okay.
every Nicolas Cage movie ever, and for a class. And we couldn't break it. It was like it broke us. We're
And
like,
I
went
still
too
will
big
say
with
that is the right version of the episode. We just couldn't figure it
Yeah,
out.
we just didn't-
It
figure it
would have
out.
been like Breakfast Club,
Yeah.
but they were forced to watch. They're just
Yeah.
referring to these Nicolas Cage movies
Yeah.
that they're all having to watch. Because the idea of Abed just personally doing something pop culturally, fine, it works fine. But it also is something any show could do. But you'll hear me on other commentaries complaining about the fact that I don't do what other shows could do. And you'll hear me, depending on what order you listen to these two, I'm drunk. Yeah, really drunk. You'll hear me in one saying, Ben's Folds is my best friend. I pluralized Ben.
Ben's Folds.
You possessivized it. You're talking about his actual.
oh, you know,
folds.
his housekeeper also works for us, and weirdly, his sister is Laundry's Folds.
Wow.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Oh, well, by the way, Jonathan
what?
Banks.
Now I don't want
this was real. Like this tension between Richard Erdman and Jonathan Banks was for real.
I
loved it.
Yeah, Banks was actually
day one
frustrated
because Erdman would goof around in takes, and it was not how he probably was how it was supposed to be in the script. Eventually, it was, but
I mean, Erdman goofing around. It means Erdman doesn't know
Finding his line.
sometimes where he is and stuff, but like. And then so Banks wasn't like it was like
different generation.
Yeah, he's like this guy.
Yeah. Well, say Erdman would like during the middle of the take would stick his tongue out and make his eyes go. I was like,
he'd make a fart noise.
Yeah,
and he would do.
And Jonathan Banks would be like,
"What are we doing?
Why would you do that?"
Well, you guys don't realize they both dated Barbara Stanwyck, right?
That's
like that's what was going on.
That's a long, it's an age-old
tension.
thing.
Yeah.
They actually dueled back when dueling was still legal.
It was the last
had a
legal
duel.
duel.
It was the last
Didn't
legal
they,
duel. They're pretty young. And it was the last legal duel.
Yeah.
They were both actually contracted under Warner Brothers. They were actually both taught how to duel.
Yes.
By Marlon Brando.
Yes.
No, by Beretta, who was a little rascal.
Young Beretta.
Yeah, I think they met while they were bear baiting or something like that.
I really do love this episode though because besides just seeing Jeff like now standing in front of a group and trying to sort of like slouch into his job like this, it gets stuck into he's actually a really good person
I
to
love this
impart
moment,
wisdom to inadvertently.
I got chills when it's like, oh wait, we can tell the story. We don't have to fake it. There is a version of Jeff Winger that could be a good law teacher.
Absolutely.
Because he does have wisdom that he's acquired. He is an extraordinary person, of
This
course.
is one of my favorite jokes, by the way.
I love that.
Witness intimidation.
You're next.
A- Muppet episode, season 4.
You're next. With a knife through a real rat.
I know. She's not even that
Gave
effective.
it A-.
But it was so organic. I remember when we stumbled upon the new character that we have to fill this gap with is going to be this criminology teacher, and we're going to get a great actor. And not only that, he's going to be. Then we stumbled upon him being roommates with, or office mates with Joel. It really was
Well, so did we fuck it up?
Yeah.
He didn't do anything with those guys.
We should have just kept doing episodes like that.
I don't know.
It's
And the thing is, I really think we would have. I really think episode 14 or 15 would have gone back to, these guys as office mates and dealing with all of this. And then,
John Oliver.
guess what? We ran out of time because we had too much to do for 13 episodes.
What if we got picked up for 36 next year?
Oh my God, let's
Do it, man.
the more the better, because then you can just go, okay, we have a normal television show.
Yeah,
we know when
absolutely.
It's
Very true.
It's 13 episodes off schedule. By the way, this year, I finished work on the calendar on season 5 of Community the exact same day I finished work on season 3. Like, it was just as hard to make season 5
Yeah, no, absolutely.
as it was to make
Absolutely.
and season 2 and season 1. You work the same amount.
We didn't finish until like
Yeah.
mid-April.
You could just do twice as many episodes.
But I think,
How would you
while
have
we've
done-
got Danny
Yeah.
here, we may want to take a moment and
Just to,
Yeah,
Okay.
look at
just
this.
acknowledge.
Let me
Acknowledge this
apologize
awesome.
to everyone. Wow.
No, let's all
Why have
go.
you here
Oh
in the
man,
room?
it's gonna be even more painful this year when we don't get this guy an Emmy.
Yeah,
Like when
yeah.
he's snubbed again. You dicks.
I agree.
No, you weren't.
Danny, you should have already won it every year.
Absolutely.
It's my fault because the other Emmy voters are all writers who paid their dues, and they're like, "Isn't that show about that fat drunk that keeps talking about how he's more important than his own show?"
he's really Abed.
So not encouraging him is as easy as not making a mark on this sheet of paper.
Let me say one thing about this scene. This was originally him,
love this.
Hickey making jerky in his office.
Oh, yeah.
And then someone pointed out at the last minute, like, hey, does this make him a little bit like Ron Swanson, where he's like making his own meat and stuff? And we're like, oh man, really? Are we really doing that? We're not really doing that. And then I forget who pitched it, and then it became Jim the Duck. Thank God.
my favorite
At the
thing
last
ever.
second, I don't know if it was
Jim the
Dino
Duck.
or someone else who pitched doing this comic strip thing, but
Yeah, we just went the
Publishers
other
are-
way.
Yeah.
We had an 11th hour Ron Swanson, like, holy shit, we're fucking ripping off Parks and Rec thing. And it was like, how do we, what does Ron Swanson not do? What's he never going to do?
Yeah.
his own Garfield.
And never canned. Yeah.
It was either that or jazz saxophone.
Really?
Really?
Maybe
No, because Ron
we
Swanson
brainstormed.
does jazz sax.
Oh, we should watch that show. I've heard it's good.
And the whole thing comes down to a few old losers, petty insecurities, oligarchy.
What got me so excited about this season is having Jonathan Banks and having all these super intense scenes from the beginning off the bat. It was immediately a departure in tone.
Yeah, that's what I point out.
riot time.
People will riot. This school is just all you have to
It's
do.
so ready.
They're just boiling. It's just ready to go at any
No,
moment.
it's The Simpsons. Everyone's ready to sort of have a absolute like riotous meltdown at the drop of a hat.
I got worried.
Oh.
Throwing away all your little movies. Why?
My little movies.
Can't that
It's
Nicolas
sort of a
Cage.
spiritual sequel to the Abed making a movie about Jesus episode. You know, these two.
This was my religion.
Yeah, I like where they connect.
What was somewhere in here? Then I looked inside Nicolas Cage.
That's
and
all I
found
have to
the
say.
secret.
Like where they
It's a crisis
connect.
of faith.
My religion
Right?
is that you can't understand every little thing. And, there's a word for people who remind you that you're not God and invite you to try a little harder.
There's a conversation that
Pandas.
Jeff Winger can't have with Abed, Annie can't have with him, even Troy can't have with him, because there's a question of
His job.
Oh, that's right.
a relationship with something more important than yourself.
In the
And
original,
only Shirley understands that.
in the original version of the story, we were following, the logical story circle version of the story is that Abed finds a guy who has been studying Nicolas Cage as intensely as him.
Yeah.
And he has this meeting with the goddess scene in the guy's apartment.
Bulletin
but
board.
It works so much better with Shirley.
Oh, it's crap.
No, absolutely. Yeah, he went and met this like weird Abed to the nth degree person who had become Britta, I think. Essentially living in a pop cultureless universe.
I love this moment
Yeah.
with Britta.
I'm out of data minutes. The whole world will be
So Britta.
That's my favorite version of her. It's like, she's just Charlie Brown.
Do something. Distract them. Take your shirt off here.
What a cast.
Calm down. Just listen. Do you think the students and teachers...
Do you think they're working this hard over at New Girl? We could have an Emmy. We just have to do less work. Stop overthinking it. Everyone gets a Golden Globe except for us. Just hold still for a second.
Don't worry about plot.
It's not even that. We're not even doing anything that much better. We're just trying to impress ourselves. Let's all just hold still, let our dust settle, and find the pearl within.
Yeah.
More paintball.
Let's do a Lost episode.
They're doing animation on Adult Swim.
I think that's why they call it Excel.
That's good. Like Jeff's sharp. I don't care. I love that.
I use that in my own life a lot.
Yeah, that's.
This is my favorite OTP.
Yes.
Yes.
True
God.
Detective season 2.
Oh, absolutely.
Student-teacher alliance with you in charge.
I vote myself out.
You don't have
So bummed by your life.
The worst.
You want me to cut your meatball?
I think that was ad-lib, right? Yeah.
I'm sure.
Probably.
Cut your meatball.
I love the, yeah, season 6, hypothetically, yeah. We'll just get started back there.
Yeah.
Focus on that relationship at the center. It's like he's this guy is like he's the wise guy in a ship of fools. He's all into this fucking like untenable community college, and his boss / partner who has him over a barrel is this ridiculous
As our first order of business
person.
for the...
I agree. It's all set on a cruise ship.
God damn it, it's McKenna. It's been McKenna the whole time. He's the conceptual one.
You could shoot this on a cruise ship.
Oh my God!
Never go
absolutely.
outside. Just in a ballroom.
Believe me, that was one of the pitches. like for season 5. It's like, let's reveal that they were always in a bomb shelter. Because we never shot outdoors anyway, so it
I
makes
keep
sense.
telling people that I think it's like that movie 13th Floor where it's a spaceship, a huge spaceship. And
We were going to reveal that there was all a simulation of a community college.
Cabin in the woods.
There are no Asian Americans represented here. We can get Chang.
No need to rush into anything.
And
you like my lunch there?
yes,
Just gavel and pepper.
With the salt, pepper, and oh, yes.
I wrote these lyrics in English, and then Ludwig Göransson had a French lady come in. And
What did she say when she read it?
Excusez-moi.
Mon Dieu, excusez-moi.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
yes.
Oh dear.
So,
It turned out okay. It was a bit of a problem.
Why didn't he put that on the album cover?
this, I tell you, Don, this is Donald's favorite tag we ever did.
Really?
Yeah. One of my favorites, too. Just. It just gets so real. It gets so
This did not turn out how we pictured it on paper, but it's still fucking
It
great.
still works,
Like,
yeah.
we just,
It's tough because there's a lot of intercutting that because they're not near each other or anything. So
Well, to the generic stuff. Hey, let me ask you a question, lady.
and also this
but
is
also he made the choice to just yell all his lines.
This was supposed to be like a
Hello, I'd like to talk.
I'm strong.
This
The
was supposed to
joke
be like
was
a
supposed to
close
be
the door, private
yeah,
moment. Like it's
quiet.
really embarrassing that you're listening on a guy who's basically saying, "I'm old and dying."
Unfair, but it's the only thing we
I love Donald.
here.
call back.
So, sometimes actors fuck everything up, but then a lot of times they're what you're watching.
He's getting up.
He's hitting it. No.
He's back down.
That's Glover.
Yeah.
Like, that's why we miss him.
With the rest.
Did you get any of that?